Skatosis episode number 106. Brought to you by me and Aaron today.
You're welcome. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bone Zone. You're in it, and we're talking about it.
The Bone Zone.
What the fuck
What is
that?
that, dude? This sounds like a porno podcast.
Oh my god, we're gonna get more listeners.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so
I'm sorry for that. That energy was.
I
had to get
appreciate
that
that. I
out.
appreciate the energy. Welcome everybody to Aaron's Bone Zone, aka Skatosis. My favorite skateboarding podcast. Basically, Skatosis is an obsession with skateboarding that Aaron and I have. We can't get enough of it. It you know what? It surprises me every week, and I don't know how many times that I've actually said these words on the show, but like as much skateboarding that we've covered and gone through, you don't think it's going to get any more intense. It does.
It does.
Even everything about it, like not just the clips that are all coming out right now in my own personal life.
That's the main thing. That's what we care about first.
Exactly.
And then everything else.
And then everything else. Make sure, I know you're super comfortable right there. Just make
I'm
sure
in
that
the-
mic is
I'm
right in front of
chilling
your
on the
mouth.
couch, I don't wanna
you're getting a little too comfy there. What I wanted to say earlier is now that we're talking about podcasting, we've gone behind the curtain a little bit here,
Yes, we broke down the wall.
is that we are literally
Are you
not
using
even
it
I am
correctly?
I'm not using it figuratively. I'm saying literally. We are in the area where podcasting began for Dawn and I. When we did our
this
very,
whole setup.
very first, well, not this setup. We were sitting on the floor right here in front of an older couch, recording into a USB mic into my laptop.
Very cool. Very old school.
2004.
Very cool.
We were sitting right here. And so we're literally in that space. So it's really kind of interesting. This is
I feel the vibe.
hey,
I'm very comfortable.
this is like if there was a, you know how like people go to Graceland or like where people where famous people lived when they grew up or
Oh,
like that kind
yeah.
of place. This could be in a museum, this corner of the house.
You should tape it off.
we got a tour lined up outside on the road.
Oh my god. They are all here.
Oh,
Get the
man.
fuck out of here.
So back in the day, a lot of times you would hear this traffic go by during all our first podcasts.
I wonder how much it catches of. Although, like,
It's a little better setup. I got a little bit better, like the microphone and the setup's a little better.
yeah, absolutely,
But
absolutely.
you're probably still going to hear some of that
Yeah.
traffic because the road is wet and we're
We
right
hear
off
the
the
dogs
road.
when we're upstairs. We hear those pretty clearly.
I think that's part of the charm, though, of podcasting. We're not in some airtight studio where there's nothing else going on. I mean, real life happens around the show.
Yeah, this is not a soundproof studio.
Not at all.
We could put like what's like makeshift like egg like egg cartons.
We could be like in our own rooms and everything is quiet. I mean, that gives it, I think, a whole different dynamic.
We should start. Let's record it. Separate rooms.
We're just like on video chat. Well, then why even drive down?
Exactly. All right, we're getting to the point of the show I love.
Dude, the best part of the show is when we go skate afterwards.
That's true.
Right?
Unless it's getting harder for me, and I can't complain because I'm younger than you.
Yes,
but
you are.
it's getting harder to skate in the cold.
Dude.
It's not.
I agree.
fun.
I agree. The thing here is that for me, I don't have to go very far and I can skate in the barn and I can technically warm up quicker than you having to drive all the way down. I mean, you can't go to your park when it's covered in snow.
Yeah, or even like I haven't gone in a couple weeks. I went last Monday because I couldn't wait.
Up to
We didn't
Appleton?
go- no,
what?
Oshkosh.
Okay. But I'm saying that you do have a mini indoor option at the shop.
True. And I don't know if we've talked about this in the podcast, but they have the property.
Oh, yeah. We haven't really talked about it, but definitely they've got a whole like organization that they've formed.
Please follow The Nest.
The Nest.
That is that's kind of the what's the right way to say this? That's kind of the lead into it becoming a park.
Isn't it stand for
but
something?
Like people
do you know?
have asked me
NEST, I think so.
It's like because surf and bird, they're like the birds.
Right.
It's
The nest.
the nest.
I know, but I believe it stands for something, doesn't it? I don't know. You know what?
Oh,
Let's
maybe it
talk.
does.
Let's
Maybe
look
it
it
is.
up and like give it like some justice, because you and I are talking like idiots about something we're not fully aware of.
Yeah, it just
I'll put a link.
I think maybe wait when it gets closer.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's an organization that really wants to foster skateboarding in their community,
Yes.
which is Appleton, Wisconsin, and they're putting together an indoor park.
Yes.
So, but I just
We'll talk about it more when we know what we're talking about.
there's a little bit of time, I think.
Yeah.
But that is a cool thing that I'd love to be involved with. It's just so far for me.
I didn't even, when you first said like go up to Appleton, I thought you meant like Tallulah.
Oh. No,
Indoor.
I meant indoor options because of the snow in the winter.
And I love surf and bird, but that new obstacle,
yeah.
I loved before that you could just move shit around and like, I'm going to skate this over
Yeah.
this.
That's pretty locked
That
in.
obstacle's in there, and that
Yeah.
obstacle is trash.
Ooh.
I'm sorry to the person who made. I'm sorry.
Damn.
But you
I don't have no shock, the gun blast. Pow, pow, pow.
shots fired. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
coming for it. I don't know. I don't even know who made that.
Uh-huh. Well,
So I'm
I did.
now I'm being an asshole.
It's my part-time gig. I went up there and built it. Thanks, dude.
Well, there's no way you built that because no, somebody, and I'm sorry about this. He hit me up and he even said like, because I said like, oh, I want to come skate it, and he's
Right.
like, oh, be careful, like it's not made all the way.
Careful.
Yeah, he takes some credit in it, but like, and it's been like Jake's been ripping, like people have been skating it. So
Maybe you just don't know how to skate.
Well, that's part of it too. That's every time I go up there.
So, okay, so let me, before we get too deep into like all the awesome skateboarding that's going on, let me just talk about me.
Of course, the beginning of the show.
The beginning, yeah. So, obviously, I'm the older dude in this crew.
Yes.
Right? I got like 20 years on you.
Yes.
I'm running Old Dude Skate Co.
Yes.
Right? All this stuff about me just being old and I'm still skating.
Just all these things about me
Wearing
being
my
old.
pads and just, I mean, that's the vibe that I push out, and I'm just trying to encourage other dudes similar to me. I'm down to encourage anybody to skateboard. But I think through this time span that I've been doing all this stuff, I've really, I think, encouraged and inspired a few dudes that are kind of like in my scenario that
It's
maybe
funny
used to
though, because
skate
you
or-
put this message out, you put this vibe out, but then all my friends, like young people,
Yeah.
are like, "Isn't he like 29?" Like, because
That's
like,
awesome.
you just keep skating.
Yeah, dude, I cannot
I'm
stop.
done way before you.
I can't get enough, man. And yeah, exactly. So I love that feeling of being able to help and encourage and inspire. I think it's just it's a good feeling, and I love watching everybody else progress. So I love being able to record every week. I've been cranking out content now for years, putting stuff out multiple times. Like I've been able to like dial this in to where I take a big chunk of footage and now I'm chopping it up into 3 or 4 or 5 different things, right? Typically every week. And so I've got these different groups on Facebook that I'm a part of, middle-aged dudes, over 40 guys. I'm in the over 50 group, just kind of lurking because I'm almost there.
Looking through the peephole.
Yeah, somebody added me. They're like, I know you're not 50 yet, but you should check this stuff out, because
And there's probably not a lot of 50-year-olds skating like in this area.
not necessarily in this area.
Right.
And these groups are all over the world or whatever the case. But so I'm part of the Old Dude Skater crew, ODSC, which is just like Old Dude Skate Co.
Yeah,
whatever.
but isn't that like local? That would...
They have chapters,
Okay.
but the main one is just an overall one,
Sure.
and then there's chapter ones. So
Okay.
I'm a part of a couple of different ones.
Okay.
But so I post some of the things that I do there. I just post around, and I get way more views when you post to groups.
Do I look
It's a
less
social-
relaxed?
I know you got.
I feel like I look tense now.
So you get way more engagement as a social media dude that I am by posting to groups as opposed to just your timeline. It's just
Sure.
a known thing.
So is it the whole group noticing that, or is it like when
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
What I do is I post to my Old Dude Skate Co account, and then I share it out to groups.
Sure.
So that way, it's all the numbers go to one video. And you
Sure.
can just watch the numbers grow or whatever. And so, I mean, it's obvious. You can see the shift of like people just looking at on my stuff or just on ODS account to the ones that I share to groups, because all of a sudden they're in the thousands of views. So whatever the case, there's a bunch of guys, older dudes like me, watching this stuff, and I had no idea, but somebody chimed in and started some old ODSC SOTY idea and started nominating people, and this one dude nominates me, and I'm like, what the hell?
That's amazing.
Blew me away. I did not expect it.
What do you get for it?
It's like I don't know, a T-shirt, some award they're gonna make. It's like me. I
Uh-huh.
make a Skatosis
Yeah,
trophy for our
yeah,
things, whatever
like a
it is,
trophy,
dude. It's
sure.
just awesome to just
That's so
be,
rad.
to be even acknowledged.
And
It's
I
cool
think,
for me.
I think some of it has to do with like your like you and me show our face around plate. Like we're
Yeah.
at things. We're
Trying-
at things. We're seeing
trying, dude.
people.
Just pushing it every
Yeah.
single week.
Yeah, and
So-
it's and like even more than just like hustling and like pushing our agenda. It's like, oh, we're gonna like go out, like we're gonna get to skate with people.
I
and,
just
like,
want to be involved.
That's
my main
vibe
goal.
Is like all we crave
For
It's
sure.
like we just want to hang out and like
Right.
get that skater mind with other people.
Okay, I just heard myself say for sure again. Guess who I just heard say it? I think more than me.
Joe
Skater.
Rogan.
No, skater.
Joe Rogan.
No. Dude, Wes Kramer on Skate Nerd, or if you hear him talk, he's always like, for show. It's all the time. For
yeah,
show.
because
And then
wasn't it in that
even when he
did
chills,
Hoarders?
yeah, Hoarders, he
ago?
says
Yeah.
for sure a lot. I mean, it's a California thing.
Yeah.
It is a Southern California thing.
Oh yeah, you're
For sure.
heavy. You're like Midwest California.
Now I am.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But
so-
it leaks in every once in a while.
So I get nominated for this thing, and I'm just like, holy smokes! So I'm,
When's the? Do you know when?
they're going to put together a poll and then they're going to vote, but
Okay.
they're encouraging the guys that get nominated to put together a little 1-minute edit. And so
you
like,
were right on top of it.
yeah, why not? I've got all the footage. I got the stuff. So I mean, I whipped together an edit of like the last, I don't know, month and a half.
Do you know any other nominees?
I don't know any of the guys. I think actually the guy Kenny that we just met, Kenny Sadler with the sticker.
Yes,
He was in one of the groups. Somebody nominated him.
that's cool.
So there's not too many people that I personally know.
Mm-hmm.
You
He
know?
did that burn
We met a
stick,
couple
right?
of people in Denver. So I mean, I just don't know that many people because I live out here in the boonies.
Were they in the nominees, or you just met?
No,
some people
just
in
like part of the group. That's what
Sure.
I'm saying. I don't really know people there.
Sure.
Except just online.
Sure.
You know.
Very cool though.
Yeah,
Just
so
that
it's super cool.
presence of-
So I posted
You're skating.
Yeah, dude, I posted an edit. It was fun grabbing stuff like my favorite parts from the last few edits and putting them into one edit. That was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I'm just
I like,
excited. I totally
I
do
like
not
your-
expect to win at all.
Backside 180, fakie 50, 180 off. I like
I
that,
like that
'cause-
one. I like that.
Older dudes aren't really getting tacky.
I
Right,
I, know,
it's
I
a
watched
little-
that over and over, and I'm like, that I got up and down pretty smooth.
But you've done. I've seen you do that trick.
Not on
multiple
a hip.
No,
like
not
that at
not
all.
on that obstacle. But I know you have that because you used to do it on that little bank they had.
Mm-hmm.
And you that motion, if you lock into that, you
That's
got
that's
the
one of
whole
those things. Like you and I were talking about, you thinking that I should be able to do a backside 180 kickflip,
game. Yeah.
and I'm like, I should be able to like. I think I should master a kickflip before I attempt that.
Yeah, but you always think.
But so
you're like, yeah, I can.
That's
do
what
it.
I'm saying. Well, yeah, but I'm also thinking now. I do backside 180s way better than I just ollie.
Yeah.
Like I feel
But
way more comfortable
I can
doing a
do,
back 180.
It's not what I go to all the time, but like
Mm-hmm.
I could do a front 180 over something longer or
Yeah.
bigger than an ollie.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's something bigger than I think I can do, 180 I could probably have.
Yeah, the flipping stuff just seems so out of my league. Like
Mm-hmm.
my old ankles can't, or just my shin muscles. Not even getting shinners, but just the muscles around my feet and ankles. They just start aching when I start trying to do any kind of kickflip.
You just got to do it more and more.
I guess.
You don't have that.
I like the grind better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
So
you gotta,
anyway,
you gotta
so-
mix it all together though.
So
a
out of
blend
this thing, it's not even like I'm not even out here asking for people to vote. That's not even what I'm doing. I'm just so excited to be acknowledged.
But those
and
other
nominated.
nominees don't have a podcast,
That's-
so we are asking you to vote.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't think anybody else in that entire group has the kind of like, I don't know. Nobody's got a podcast that's in these groups. There's not that many skateboarding podcasts.
Although
out
you
there.
just said you don't know anyone in the nominees.
Personally,
Yeah.
I know a lot of these dudes online. We chit chat and whatever. I see them
Nobody
skate.
has a-
If I saw them, I'd recognize them. I've just never met them in person.
You're way better at that than me. We see people all the time, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I might have met that guy 3 times.
Yeah, but you hardly pay attention to
I know,
our friends
I'm
that come here.
I hardly pay attention to this right now.
Wait, who are you?
I know myself. That's all that matters.
So yeah, I mean, it's like a skateboarding group you got to be a part of to even know what's going on here. But I just wanted to share that just because I thought it was really cool, and I appreciate the acknowledgement.
And if you're listening, vote them up.
Yeah,
Spam
yeah. I
that
mean, if you're
shit.
in the group and you're listening, I'll take a vote, whatever. But there's other dudes that shred way better than me. But I just feel good being a part of that crew.
Spam that shit. Let's get this guy to SOTY.
You know what's also fun too is just sharing it on my personal profile because I don't post too much skateboarding stuff necessarily like to my personal timeline kind of thing, or even like on my personal Instagram or blah. You know, I kind of keep it now to like the ODS side. But now when I've got this edit that kind of really represents where I'm at 47 years old, it's kind of fun to put it out there because then all these people like all of a sudden they're
well, it kind of
seeing...
goes back to the skater diary thing. You just
It
haven't
does.
done that in a while. It's just like, oh, this is my
Yeah, look at the progression. No doubt. I mean, it's
always fun to see.
Yeah. So
spam that shit. Get him to SOTY.
I'm absolutely happy with my progression. There's more tricks that I want to learn. I definitely don't feel like I'm at any sort of plateau at all.
Can you drop another 1 minute edit just from today?
Like, I mean,
and like
I'll just keep spamming.
They're gonna keep spamming.
They didn't say only 1 minute clip.
let's troll this shit actually.
Right.
So SOTY, old man SOTY.
Yeah, old man
to SOTY.
To SOTY.
SOTY list is up.
Dude, that's a big list.
Did you vote?
I did.
Okay. Should we wait?
No.
Should we wait
did you vote?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Why wait? Let's just talk about it.
All right.
You already voted.
Amazing nominees.
Yes.
All gnarly.
I narrowed it down to 2 right away.
Yes, same.
I'll bet you we have the same too.
Oh, we might.
Jamie Foy, Evan Smith.
No.
Ooh.
No.
Nice. That's who I narrowed it down to right away.
Did you pick Evan?
I did.
I picked Evan.
Yeah, dude.
Originally...
Evan has to have it for multiple years in a row.
My first pick, actually...
Even more than Foy deserves it.
...was Zion.
And
maybe that had to do... I watched
because he just dropped that part.
But... It's funny, Joe. I asked Joe
to vote. It's like
sweeps
week is what it is.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes, that's what it's turned into.
Yeah, everybody's dropping their stuff.
I asked Joe to vote, and she loves Zion.
Okay.
She loves Zion.
That's
she loves
cool.
the name. She's always like, "Oh, I know Zion, right?"
Dude,
she
Zion deserves it. He deserves it.
Absolutely. But I just watched his part, and then I went on, and I'm like, I clicked Zion, and I'm like, he's gnarly.
He is.
The coverage
he deserves
has
it.
been nonstop.
He deserves
this year.
it, but give it to him like in a year or two. He's young. He's a young buck.
I don't know. I think there's something to be said that in that year, if you don't win it, you're never going to win it. You could have another crazy year.
Look at how many people are in the running. That's the thing. It's like
it's
there's
insane.
like 40 people to nominate.
It's insane.
I mean, so having that kind
Is
of
Nora the first girl? I don't think that's true.
I don't think so.
I don't think, but they never put the list up prior.
Sure, you had to vote like that before.
No, I would say in the last 5 to 10 years. Prior to that, it was just like it came out.
Well, yeah,
it was like
that was
this
like
is
before
SOTY.
the internet was really hip to.
Well, they had the magazine,
voting.
Right.
I don't know.
There was never
you
never saw the list, so I'm wondering: is Nora the first girl SOTY nominee?
I'm gonna say no. I don't think so, but possibly. I just don't know for sure.
I don't know. My only other thought would be Lacey.
So who did? Okay, if you had to narrow it down, it was between Zion and Evan.
Zion and Evan.
Wow.
I pressed Zion,
dude,
and I'm like,
Jamie Foy is still a beast, man. He's
absolutely, absolutely,
all year.
Absolutely.
That's the thing is, there's a lot of dudes that full on deserve it.
Yes, and they all.
It's just. I think Evan just has to get. He's such a natural fit for the Thrasher vibe,
and he destroyed
King of the Road, and he was MVP, and he was Felper's choice. The fact that he got Felper's choice and all those things and the cover, it's like,
and then
they're just teeing it up.
Part.
Yeah, then it's just teeing it up.
And he won that the Hell Ride contest.
Dude, with ATM, with Jake's band getting 2 songs. I think we talked about that already.
Yeah, I think we did, but hell yeah, dude. Yeah, it's got to be Evan. I went back and
yeah.
Because I went against. What did I go against him for?
I don't know.
King of the Road.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't pick Element.
I said real again. Zion. Dude,
look at you.
Zion's sick. But it's just funny. Joe knows Zion.
Yeah.
So she's like, it should be Zion because you just dropped a part. And I'm like, no. This is what they do.
Oh, wait a second. Joe's in the running for SOTY? I don't think so. Dawn's got that one.
In a couple years, she might be up on it.
That's pretty funny.
She learned. She knows stink bug and roast beef.
Nice.
She likes those.
Speaking of roast beef, Jeff Grosso with a huge front side roast beef on the vert ramp.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving!
This
is after. I don't know if that's really like. Is that like a gross holiday though? I might want to take this back in a couple of years.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
They're all like genocidal
it's Columbus
holidays,
Day-ish.
Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God, fuck us.
This was the first year Dawn and I just stayed home. Nobody came over. We went nowhere. And we just ate all the food ourselves.
We did, she wanted to go to her family's house. I went to my family's house. But it's the same as last year. After the first one, I did it. I'm like an 80-year-old. I don't need the rolls and the turkey. 2 meals in a row?
Dude,
no
I got
way.
leftover for days. It's good.
Okay.
I'm down with turkey sandwiches and stuff later.
Let's talk about the food.
Okay.
Let's talk about the turkey.
Yeah.
And for one, let's talk about McRibs.
What? Do you eat those?
No. But who had ads with McRib recently?
I don't know.
P-Rod. Did you not see this on Instagram?
No, I didn't.
P-Rod
with a McRib?
With a McRib. And
Dude,
this is... Hold on.
He's out there getting that money.
This is... Yeah. Okay. This is my stink. You wanted to hear about it.
Tell me your stink bug.
I'm salty, and that thing's hella salty.
Yeah.
What the fuck, P-Rod? You want to talk about a sellout?
Dude, he's got a sriracha board.
I get the money thing, right? But don't fucking give me Villager. Don't say that the energy drinks are trash, and then you do an ad. Dude, that's a sell. Dude. This is going to be the name of the episode. P-Rod's a sellout, apparently. Parentheses, allegedly by Aaron. Don't do Villager. Don't make a point.
Was he drinking a Villager with the McRib?
Probably. Don't make a point to like, oh, this is better for you.
Yeah, that's a really good point,
and then eat a McRib.
I back you 100%.
Otherwise, you know what? And like the Target thing, get the money.
Yeah.
They want to pay you for skating, get the money.
Right.
Tony Hawk? Tony Hawk was never
McDonald's.
healthy life.
No
right?
way, Bagel Bites.
Bagel Bites. Give me the dough.
Right.
Great. That's not even like a seller to me. But when you...
Is he still on a drink? Oh, that's right. He dropped it for Villager.
He owns or like has a piece in Villager.
Yeah. Well, maybe
I get it. Get the money, dog.
Maybe he's got a piece of McDonald's.
Fuck that.
If you turn that M on the side, it's like 2
Was that a mill
Ps.
for that?
Maybe more.
I get it, but don't
sell out?
Give me a no. Not if I'm.
For $1 million, you wouldn't.
I
take
would
it?
now because I like McDonald's and I don't care about my body. But I'm not promoting like.
Do you eat a McRib?
Water, dude. Okay, so he had an ad.
I don't eat those.
Chris Cole did one for it too.
For the same McRib?
For McRib.
Were they playing a game of skate for a McRib?
There's apparently like this black box that you can get that comes with like a McRib and sticker. They got like these boxes from McDonald's, but it comes with like a pickle pin and whatever. Chris Cole does one too, right?
Okay.
I might eat a McRib.
Oh, geez.
Now, look at you.
Now you're plugging it all over this show.
I'm not. Let's be real. McDonald's is, if you want
Dude,
disgusting.
I can't even eat there at all. It blows me up. I can't even go there.
Yeah, it's
gross.
You know what I think it is? There was years in my life where I didn't go, but you're done with it altogether. Mm-hmm. But if I want like I had...
Although I do like an Egg McMuffin, but that's pretty straightforward.
Oh, I love McGriddles. But recently I had French fries from there, and usually, I don't think I've ever had them. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, those are gross, right?
The fries?
But if you want gross, McDonald's is number one. Yeah. So I might try a McRib.
Oh, gosh.
Fuck the P-Rod thing, but I might try a McRib. You got me.
You're over here ripping on him, and now you've succumbed.
I don't know. It kind of looks, it's like saucy.
You got McRib.
I'm not part of Villager, though. Also, isn't that coconut water?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't like coconut water.
Maybe it's delicious with the McRib. Who are you to judge?
I'll try the McRib.
Is he saying...
I'll get a Villager. I can't get a Villager, though.
I don't know.
We can't get it in the Midwest.
It's a good point you're making. But it's hard to argue with a bunch of fat zeros and commas.
Yeah, absolutely. I get it. But that, like, this is what kind of makes a sellout, right? When you say one thing and then you do, like, I
can't call it a sellout. You're gonna have a hard argument with me on the term sellout because everybody's selling out every day.
I think
it's just at levels.
To me, it's two different things now.
It's levels of selling out.
Because people could say it's a sellout if you do any ad, right? You're like, you're just supposed to skate.
Dude, just getting a paycheck, dude, you're a sellout.
You think just getting a paycheck like from a skate company?
I'm just talking in general. You're selling out yourself out.
Oh.
You got to go get a job or whatever the case. I'm just saying there's so many levels that's a hard argument. You can't just call him a sellout. I just can't.
Yeah. Maybe you're right.
I don't know about that maybe.
And P-Rod's a sellout. And maybe I'm right.
Yeah, dude. There's a famous quote from Gene Simmons, dude. I don't know, from Kiss, if you're familiar.
Yes.
Okay. People call him a sellout. He's like, hell yeah, dude, I sell out every night. So it's like that term is right there, negative and positive, at the same exact sentence. So it's like
Kiss didn't promote a different lifestyle than what they were portraying.
They just talking
portrayed
about
makeup and tongues.
Then you're just talking about him being a hypocrite.
Yeah.
No, you haven't said that word. That's the first time. Being a sellout is a different story.
Yeah, but being a hypocrite and then getting a paycheck for something else that you don't really... If you promote a healthy lifestyle and then you eat a McRib and like say people eat McRibs...
Yeah, I don't get why he would advertise a McRib. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But
that's
I'm just saying,
when you get to
there's a sellout
quote
point of view.
unquote. I'm doing air quotes for everyone.
Yeah, a lot of them.
My mother does it like this. What the fuck is that?
It's animated. Air quotes.
She is. Yeah, she is. She's a lunatic. Happy Thanksgiving, mother.
I'm a McRib.
That's what like makes me feel like maybe hypocrite's a better word, but that's what makes me think of like, oh, you're just like. Quote unquote.
I'm just saying, if you're going to call him a sellout, you could just call him a sellout from the day one. Because
but to me personally, I don't think that's like Target. Fine, if they want to pay you for that.
Yeah, but you're confusing sellout and hypocrisy. Those are two separate things.
Yeah, but I think you being
two separate things.
Being a hypocrite.
He's an entrepreneur.
That's
you want to go above and beyond it all. He's an entrepreneur
because he's selling out his morals. What he
How
believes
do you know
in.
What his morals are? You're just
if he pushes villager water.
That just means you believe everything he says.
So he's not an honest person.
I don't know.
But that's what I mean.
I don't know him.
He should like you should believe what people say.
He comes across as one. He comes across as one.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a weird
he's
ad
a good,
to promote.
He's a good salesman.
I'm going to argue for and against you at the same time. Because it's a good point. It's a very good point.
Okay.
It's probably for the money. It seems very hypocritical.
Yes. So P-Rod, you will listen to this, I know.
You might. Maybe
send me a McRib box.
Send me a box. That's what it all comes down to. That's a funny one.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking about.
I
wrote in my notes, P-Rod McRib. What? That was my note.
That's funny. Just give me some McDonald bucks.
Oh yeah, I'll take and the pickle pin. Sure, I don't like pins, but cool.
That's funny.
Yeah, that got me in a stink this week.
I guess so, dude. You did get salty.
I was ready.
Dude, how much? I want to look up how much sodium is in that McRib. Talking about it.
Dude, God, dude.
Bad.
Yeah, I've never had that. I always thought it looked gross.
Yeah, it's just like a weird. I mean, a chicken nugget is just as gross because it's just like a pressed patty of meat that looking like a rib.
Yeah,
shape.
and that's not what. What does any chicken look? I get chicken nuggets all the time. When I had fries the other day, 10-piece chicken nugget with a medium Dr. Pepper.
You ever seen how they make those in that goo? How they make the chicken?
Oh yeah, but isn't that like hot dogs? Although I don't think I can eat hot dogs anymore.
I'll eat a kosher hot dog.
Would you eat hot dogs in mac and cheese?
Yeah, I mean I will eat a regular hot dog.
Yeah, whatever.
But if I'm gonna go buy them, I'll look for like a Nathan's or a.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we always... I don't know. I'm over...
I mean, dude, you think about any kind of food, it's really gross. I mean, you eat eggs? Come on.
I do eat eggs.
Yeah. Think about that one for a minute while I look up the next clip.
Well, let's transition into eggs.
What? Eggplants?
Oh, I was going to say losing your eggs.
Oh.
As in scrambled eggs.
Okay.
As in... What will happen if you fall on one of these hills in these GX1000 kids?
Dude, that video was so gnarly.
Every clip was a hill bomb.
That's their whole vibe.
That's the whole vibe. Yes.
I love how like you can really kind of pinpoint different skate crews by their, their trick selection, of course, or their style of video or whatever. Everybody's got their own little trip. These guys are just pure gnarly. Because it's a super crazy trick that ends with a hill bomb of death. Because like how many times did they just like try that trick and not get it and get broken before they even got to the hill bomb?
Trying like a wall ride and then they're like, well, that's the gnarly thing. And I love hills. I love this video so much.
Yeah, man, that's so scary though.
Before we bring it up, I guess let's go into a new segment.
Oh, okay.
That I'm going to bring up on the show so that it's ingrained. No. I got the
drum roll.
It's ingrained. That's
Oh, what's that?
Hey, that's my favorite. My favorite thing of the week.
You coming with sound effects. I love it.
I'm coming this week. New segment. It's in the show now. It's ingrained, so we can't say no to this ever.
All right.
My favorite thing of the week would have been, if we did it last week, would have been GX1000 roll up.
Yes.
But this
But
week
you got topped. That's what I'm talking about, dude. It gets
it
topped
doesn't
every
end.
week.
So I guess let's touch
Okay.
on this first.
Okay.
Nonstop hill bombs.
Mm-hmm.
That one, and I think it's the one in the new Thrasher. That 50, and then he comes off like a building.
Yes, down to a hill bomb.
Down to a hill bomb.
Didn't he buy? It was like a huge ledge, right? Didn't he drop down and keep grinding and then drop?
Yeah, ledge that kind of like kinked,
Yeah.
and then the height of that drop is insane.
Yeah.
And
right,
then
that was
fucking,
like 12 feet.
Yeah.
That he dropped.
That's fucking gnarly.
I mean, it's like you're landing in a huge bank,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even like you're going to.
But then you gotta take
yeah.
that all the way down.
How many times did he land that trick and get smoked on the hill?
I think you're thinking of it. Not that one. I
Oh,
think
am
you're
I thinking of a
something
different
else.
trick?
Yeah. Do you remember the ending where they kept getting smoked on the hill? Where they did that first hill that looked like a Mario Kart track that went like this,
Yes.
and they were like power sliding.
Yes.
And then that hill, they kept getting into the grate and just like eating shit.
Yes.
Or they were
yeah.
trying to take it off the curb.
And they would come from a whole different angle from below, right?
Yeah. That hill, straight 90.
Yes, I don't know about 90, but
That
damn.
hill's fucking gnarly.
Yes.
And you don't really see like
That's
they had to power slide prior. You don't really see that with them. They just like hill bomb it.
No, because that was so steep. You almost like if you were coming in at full speed without power sliding, you'd probably catch a little air first.
Oh, yeah.
Because it drops so much.
Oh yeah, especially if you came off that curb,
Yeah.
you'd be fucked.
Those guys are so gnarly.
So that a week ago, that would have been my favorite thing. That's a new soundbite already.
I need to get it recorded. I can hit a button over here.
Huff. I don't know if was it called. Did you watch this at all?
Which one?
The newest thing they dropped something.
From Huff?
Yeah.
No, dude.
Oh,
I saw
you
so
didn't
many. I saw so many things.
I
but
know
I
it's
don't think I saw Huff.
This one's my favorite.
Wow.
I loved the style. I mean, I love the guys.
I thought you were
going
to say the OJ one.
I like that. The Huff one. I think it's called maybe Volume 2 or something. Something dot 2.
Totally missed that one.
Oh.
I don't even. Who's
There's a
who's
trick
in
in there. Oh, I mean, Austin Gillette, Dan Plunkett. Who else is on Huff? Tyler Bledsoe. We might have to watch this one after this. It was good.
I'm down. How
But
long is it?
there's
There's been so many good ones that are over
think
10
it was-
minutes.
I think it was around there. 10 minutes.
Yeah, is that the new norm?
I think
they've
so.
been hearing us.
That would take 10 minutes?
No, that like I want more. Give me more.
Yeah, 10
Make
minutes.
your edits longer. They don't have to just be the rough cut. Like, give me it all now.
Yeah, give me it all. But 10 minutes is a good frame.
I know. That's
a
what I'm
good
saying. I'm
intro.
digging
I don't
it.
need to go. Sometimes the half an hour, like the Grant Taylor one that came out.
Dude, okay. Are you going to talk?
Hold on, let's finish the Huff. There's just
Because I'll just
Dan
talk the rest of the
Plunkett
time about Grant.
does a trick in that one. He's on like this weird sloped bank, like in a driveway, fakie flip, and then immediately after, switch flip over a trash can, over a sidewalk into the street.
That must be so awesome to just have that control to be like, I'm going the other. I'll just flip it this way.
Fakie flip, switch, perfect.
Wow.
So you got to watch that. That trick really stood out to me. I loved it. Yeah, that was my favorite of the whole.
Was it on Thrasher? Like, where do you see Huff stuff?
Maybe I followed it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I thought it was on Thrasher. We'll have to watch it after.
Yeah, I'll look for it. I mean, they pump out stuff too, so it's like they've got so many different like feeds into their feed.
Yeah,
it must be intense for them
and
to just schedule it out.
It was hard to decide on. I don't, now that I think about it, I don't know why I decided on. It was just I honestly like saw that and I'm like, I'm gonna make a segment about this because I loved it so much.
Did you see the Jenkem Mag thing where they hung out with Mark Suciu for an afternoon?
Yes,
dude, that guy is so good.
I loved his idea. He kind of didn't want to touch on it.
He's such a smart guy too. I mean, he just seems very well educated.
Yes,
he just kind of just like I don't know. He's just
and
a mellow
you
guy.
can see it
really
in his skating is that he's constantly thinking.
But he just doesn't come across as a skateboarder. Like you wouldn't look at him and just immediately think, "Oh, that guy's gnarly on a skateboard."
Yeah, no. He's a beautiful mind type skater. Him talking about back 180 or back 50, back 180.
Yeah,
and he's like that lacks.
Yeah,
it's true. If you go one way
he's
and
all
then
about
the opposite way,
the aesthetic for it. Yeah.
And that's beautiful.
Did you see
that.
at the very? Oh no, I was thinking of the next one. But yeah, so that's the guy that Gary Rogers is always like talking about.
Yeah, that's who he always wanted for
favorite,
SOTY.
Favorite, yeah.
But he didn't.
Was he in the listing?
Skateline, didn't he mention? Not this year. Every other year he has been.
Right.
And he's always like put him. But he mentioned. I think he talked about that roll up. He's like, the Mark Suture thing. A Mark Suture thing finally came out, and I didn't even care because of the roll. Like,
oh yeah,
he was more hyped on the roll up.
On the GX dudes.
I mean, that's
You know what was gnarly?
That might be my favorite. Fuck it.
You know what's
gnarly.
crazy is that I didn't realize like Manchild is part of that crew.
Yeah,
dude,
that's
he got some
cool.
gnarly tricks in there too. I mean, that guy's
those
on the
China
up and
banks.
coming.
He's going like backspin on it.
Read some stuff about those banks, and I guess it's super hard to get tricks there because the security is
on it.
Yeah,
they get you quick.
Mm-hmm. And there's like it's hardly transition. It's just a quick bank.
No, it's just tight shit.
Yeah.
I think Josh and Siani. I don't know if they skated it, but they were like around there when they all Brandon and Brody. They were just out there in the past week.
Yeah, I've been watching some of those clips. They've been putting them out.
Those
fuckers. Guys. Them guys.
I wish I was out there.
So yeah, that man, Mark Succi's so good. But so yeah, dude, Grant Taylor, man, come on Volcom for 20 years.
20 years.
He got on. I think he was 8 or 9 years old.
Incredible.
And so the whole deal is that like his dad and his like whole family his family group in Atlanta, they're like the skate crew there. And so Grant was just the kid that came along for all the stuff, and so he fell in love with it.
I mean, it was gonna grow into it.
Yeah. So,
and there's nobody like Grant.
Volcom put him on at such a young age, and for him to be so young and having a 20-year career
good pick
with
on
them,
Volcom.
No doubt, dude.
Yeah.
But
I love
the footage
Grant.
in there is so awesome, man. He's so good.
Yeah, I love Grant because he's not like any other skater, and he doesn't have to be like.
Yeah, he's
you
just
don't
doing
need
his thing.
Trendy clips from Grant Taylor.
No. But what's really cool about this one is that you start to learn more about him, and you actually hear him talking, and he's talking like you never really get interviews. You don't get any footage him really talking or doing much.
I've seen him Route 1.
Not a whole bunch. I'm saying he's not just out there. He kind of just does his thing. Everything about him is shown through his skateboarding at all. Yeah. But so then we find out that like him and Colin Provost, Provost, how do you pronounce that?
I think it's Provost.
They've been like best buddies since they were little kids.
Oh yeah, I think I knew that. I think I saw an interview with Colin.
Oh, so that was really cool. I didn't realize that. But so they're in it together, and there's footage from when they were kids and stuff like that. And so you just get to
grow up with other skaters.
Oh yeah. But it's worthwhile, dude. I know it's a longer one, but you really need to check that one out.
I tried
just for the love of Grant.
Day. I just saw the beginning where he's like, I love that he's like, I don't want to snowboard, I want to fly.
Yeah,
which you can do on a snowboard, by the way, Grant.
but like, there's so many people in there just saying how he's just the best. The people that rip are like, yeah, he's just the best.
He was SOTY.
Yeah.
So what do you want?
The fact
that's
that like,
one that I could see him being SOTY twice. He's the only one. And Jamie.
Who's been twice? Only one person, I thought.
I thought Reynolds won it twice.
Did
he only win it once?
I'd have to look back.
We'd have to look at the list.
But the thing that was really cool is like Phelps was talking.
Who was it? Anyway?
Jake Phelps. Not you can't call him Phelps or Phelper or anything like unless you know him.
I'm calling him Phelps.
But anyways,
Danny Way, right?
Was it Danny? Right? I'm not sure. I'm not positive.
We'd have to look at the list.
But he was just saying how like he saw this little kid and he was this little snake and he was just all over the place, you know. And when he met him, of course, he doesn't realize how impactful he's going to be on Jake's life, you know, because he's just been part of that whole thing, just always on the road and they're always.
I remember one clip in the beginning. Jake's like standing up there and he tried a rail. He like helped him onto a. Yeah, Jake's always around Grant skating.
He's because they're just part of that crew. They fly Jake in for certain trips.
If you if you're Jake, like you want to be around that, right? You want to be around that
kind of
talent.
He does, and then he is.
And then he gets to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I saw there's a beer in I don't actually know what state this is in. Key Brewing put out something called Speed Wobbles, an easy IPA. But look at this graphic. It's like
can't see it from here. You might have.
It's like it's like a lady in the 50s on a skateboard.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they got
I almost thought about getting that tattooed.
They got a board series and everything, but Speed Wobbles beer. That's always. I love when I don't know. It's either coffee or beer when they cross over into these other things that I like. Like there's VW bus beers and coffees, and there's a Madison coffee called the Daily Grind or something like that, and it's like a skeleton grinding in a pool.
It's always good when there's crossover. Much like my family, the big conversation at Thanksgiving dinner was. Did you hear about this movie Jonah Hill's doing?
Oh,
and I'm like,
yeah,
of course, it's a big thing.
That slipped right into the mainstream right away.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I can't wait to see it. You know, I don't know if we've missed it in the theater, but I'm looking forward to like getting it off iTunes. I don't know if it's available just yet.
Did you hear what just came out on iTunes? Blessed.
Oh, Blessed? Isn't Duets also coming out? Or is that still coming out this month?
30th.
Dude, that one seems
30th.
awesome.
Yeah, Jake Hayes
What's
and
Blessed?
Frankie. Blessed, the Supreme video by Strobeck.
Nice. I know I
What's
probably
his
heard
nickname?
about
I
it.
was going to say his nickname. Fat Joe?
Oh, that's right.
Is that
Joe
it?
Face. That's what you're talking about? Fat Joe?
No,
Joe Face did Duet.
Yes.
Yes.
No, oh man, I can't believe I'm forgetting his first name. Strobeck. Fuck me.
Is it in your notes?
No, I didn't know I'd be talking about Blessed. I just saw that it came up on iTunes. But it's got you know that ollie over the stairs in New York on the cover? It's got Tyshawn in it. It's like all the Supreme dudes.
Nice. I'm not familiar with it, I guess. I don't think I've seen any
It's the video
previews
after
or-
Cherry.
Gotcha. Again, I don't even know if I've seen Cherry. I don't know much about Supreme.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, Cherry.
when
Dylan Reeder was
when
my
did Cherry
favorite.
come out though? Like what year? Probably before I got back into skateboarding.
No, I'd say in the last. I'm gonna say in the last 5.
That's pushing it.
Yeah. Well, we've been doing this for.
Yeah, but I mean,
I was gonna say we've been doing
there's
this for 5.
So much content though. It's hard for that kind of thing for I guess to maybe just stick in my head.
Yeah, I don't think you follow.
I didn't know
think
much
you're really on Supreme level.
No,
Supreme level.
too trendy.
It's too yeah. No, but you know it's got a lot of those guys on Supreme were in mid 90 as well.
Right.
It has,
yeah.
Nickel.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the other thing? The IC3. What's the IC again?
Fuck. Civilization.
Oh yeah. Illegal Civ.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Part 3 apparently.
Yeah, they
is coming
dropped that
out.
too. And didn't Sonny have a part or at least footage in there?
Do you see he was at the barracks? Where did I see him? He was doing something. He did a First Try
Gram
Friday.
Yourself?
Oh yeah, Gram Yourself. Mm-hmm. That's cool. I mean, that little kid can skate.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And that's awesome that he got in it. Like he's gonna be he already is so big.
Right.
I saw him doing. Him and
did you-
Jonah did that sneaker shop.
Yeah, I
thing at
saw that too.
Complex?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's spending like $3,000
$3,000.
or something silly,
Jesus
stupid on shoes.
Christ.
That's ridiculous. What was the other thing?
Isn't this like us talking about Starbucks though?
Yeah.
If I made
Oh,
a
yeah.
little more money, it doesn't matter.
I know, right? You just be like, I'm
Fucking
gonna
consumerism.
get them Starbucks shoes.
Do they make those?
I
Does
don't know.
Nike? I saw.
Did you see the other guy from the mid '90s movie that was with Eric Costin do a kickflip?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
yes.
good.
Who's like that's like the big guy in IC3. He's been with
yeah.
like Mikey forever.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry, I don't remember, but I love the do a kickflip.
I do too.
Dude, those shirts just do a kickflip sold out like hours.
For sure, man. That's
fucking amazing.
they probably made 10. You never
That's
know when
it's a
they
good
say it
cause.
sells out. You never know how many they made.
That's true. But they still have a bunch like in his trunk.
Right. I think it's a pretty fun little segment, though.
Do you
like it.
remember this at all?
And the guy got the bounty, the $100 longboard.
Yes.
That's
yes. I can't believe nobody else. No, there's tons of people that just like don't throw it out. I
What do you
don't
mean?
want to do it. I don't.
Dude, that'd be me. I'd just be like, that's when I'd break my wrist. I'd be like,
It's costing.
That's when I'd primo. I would.
That's the thing.
It's fun when people recognize him. And a couple of people recognize that actor kid too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
And then what was with that
mid-90s,
girl
which is
that was
again,
like,
mainstream.
IC3? Wasn't she like, there was that
Dude,
girl.
she was
She was
rad.
way into it.
Yeah, I mean IC3
funny.
is huge too. They always have they have those house or like block parties
Right.
that got big.
Right. Did you see this thing that I posted here with this guy doing a wall ride?
I just saw it on the corner of my eye.
It's like,
Oh, here's the sound.
right, wall ride, walk off. It's
Caveman
like,
wall ride.
is that caveman or is that like, what do they call that? Late for the bus. You ever heard that one?
I've never heard that.
No, it's like when you run into a trick. Like a caveman is one thing where you just kind of jump in, I guess. But I've heard somebody say, I heard it like on Vert.
My understanding
I've
is
heard
maybe
Late for the bus is
Google caveman. Give me a good definition on caveman.
well, it's not going to talk about skateboarding.
What am I thinking of?
I'll go
Urban Dictionary.
I'll go caveman skateboarding trick. There we go. Oh, on Wikipedia even.
There we go. Thanks.
Caveman
Wiki.
is a skateboarding trick done by jumping onto one's board into usually a grind or board slide. Caveman is also used as a verb to describe attempting a trick from midway, usually by setting the board in position with one's hand, then jumping on the board. For instance, a board slide or grind move may be done by placing the skateboard on the obstacle, then jumping onto the board rather than riding the board. Okay, so it's just saying there's different things, but
I
it
think
doesn't
it's
say anything
just
about
like-
running.
Yeah, but how are you going to do a grind if you're not running?
You could be jumping down. That's what I'm saying. Cavemen are
Like
usually down.
Yeah. Okay,
you don't
sure.
need to run into it. So that's what I'm saying. I think that the running part is called late for the bus. That's all I'm saying. Have you seen the one
When
where
would
it's like
that
toss a
scenario
pizza?
happen?
The toss a pizza one? That's when when you flick the board, like when you spin it in your hand
I
a couple
haven't heard
times.
either of these.
Dude, these are old school things. You're young. You're a young kid. You didn't heard some of these things. You're arguing that they exist.
I'm not arguing that. I've never heard that.
Well, that's understood. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that there are terms.
No, I've
and I
never
believe
heard theirs.
the one that
my
the guy.
understanding of caveman is always like you just jump onto your board.
Yeah, it is when you jump. I'm talking about the running part. So that's what
But even like
you
so
call
like,
this a caveman wall ride, and I said
like
I
what
think
do I
it's,
do then if I'm like holding my board and I do like I jump onto it into a 50? That's a caveman, or is that a late for the bus?
It's probably just a caveman. But I think if you've got 2 or 3 steps, it's like traveling in basketball.
So it is like late for the because
I
I've
guess
done
so.
like I've like ran finger flipped and
Let's
then
see
50.
let's see if Google knows that.
Where's
term.
where's my Instagram? I'll show you this clip.
Late for the bus skateboarding trick. Let's see if there's just anything in here.
While we're
Skateboarding-
looking this up,
Yeah.
Well, let's finish this.
This one did
conversation. I'm
not
gonna
come
bring
up.
40 others.
This one did not come up as easily as caveman. So maybe it's just a little bit more obscure of a term. But I've definitely heard it. Late for the
yeah,
bus.
I have not heard that one.
All right.
There
well,
wasn't
then
any Well, there was some cavemans. I think T-Funk, Zach Allen, Baker Park.
Dude, I saw that one just before you came over. Man, that T-Funk, he's like Benjamin Button. I can never tell how old he is. He looks like
No.
he's 12 years old, and then you see him just like drinking beers and stuff, and it's like, man. I know that
I'll
other
never
kid, Zach
pinpoint his
Allen,
age.
how old is he, though? Because he's drinking a beer
I
right in
thought
the
he
beginning.
was-
He's like
I
a
thought
kid.
he was like Cater young. I thought he was like 4 years old.
I know, and he's over here pounding these Modelos. So I don't know.
Maybe he's in his 20s now.
I don't know if Baker is just promoting underage drinking, or if
Haven't
those
they
dudes.
always?
Yeah, I guess so.
What about like Spanky and
Dude, but those kids can rip.
those kids can
Those
rip?
kids can rip. Man, there's something about the way T-Funk skates, though. He's just, I think it's in the way that he lands that is where his style comes in. Because he just knows how to compress his legs to where he can just kind of roll out of anything.
Anything. He'll like drop into like a standing like a 90 degree
or the
wall.
tiny little banks or tiny little things. But then all of a sudden he's in the pool and he's doing full blown.
But it's the same thing though. He's landing perfectly tucked.
Oh yeah,
He just has that,
and he
that
and he
ride,
can
that
twist
wave
his body.
feeling.
I don't know. It's just got a cool look when he rides away. But then he blasts this like full vert stuff too, like backside boneless, full airs, whatever, like backside air. I mean, he's like can skate a bull for
I think
real.
the thumbnail on Thrasher was Reynolds knows how to pick them.
He does.
And like I remember Reynolds talking about years ago, like Grant Taylor's his favorite because he's like he'll skate anything.
Yeah.
And that's like look at Cater.
Yeah,
It's
Reynolds
all
is
those
like
dudes now.
Reynolds is such an important hub to the entire industry.
And look at like it's always rad to me to think of like Reynolds, and Reynolds was like the prodigy child of like Tony Hawk like grabbed him.
Right.
And it just like down the line it's like, oh, this is the dude.
They know how to pick them.
They know how to pick them.
Dude. You see, so since we've last recorded, all this Thank You Skateboarding stuff has started to come out, and like there's all these clips, and they're putting out these different.
Dude, it's been nonstop.
Nonstop. Do you see Tori's like record-breaking tail slide? I mean, who didn't see that?
Oh my goodness.
Dude, it was like 84 feet.
It's longer than Diego's. Tiago's?
Tiago's was switch, and I don't think it was as long as Tori's.
Torres was longer.
I believe it was longer, but Tiago's was switch.
You're right. That's probably the longest switchback tail.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But Tori, that ledge, he went back crook.
He did. Oh, yeah. Yes,
same
he
ledge.
did back crook that ledge.
I saw that,
Yeah.
and then I saw the back tail,
Dude.
and I'm like, dude, Tori's fucking
a
this
beast.
up.
And just that trick, like on this thumbnail from their promo video, where like Day1 is going over that little like volcano.
That's the one for Skate Lab, right? They're thinking Skate Lab.
Yeah, one is for Skate Lab because
Mm-hmm.
that's where Tori and Day1 met, and like Tori skated there. But then there's also another one for Channel Street, which is the DIY
Oh, you're right.
in San
You're
Pedro.
right. Day one. Yep.
Yeah, that's the one that Day1 is kind of championing. But like,
Mm-hmm.
just this trick, dude, that air that Tori's got over Day1 doing a doubles like that is so gnarly.
So gnarly.
I mean, everything about those two guys is just intense.
And you always love, you love footage of both of them, but you love day one footage.
But dude, that back tail is so insane. How do you slide that far?
I don't know.
Like, I for sure thought he was going to drop on that first cement pad.
I thought so after
How
the
do you
first
keep
grass,
going for another 20 feet?
and he popped off.
Yeah, he popped off.
He didn't like.
And then
it looks like he still had
and then
speed to come
you know
out.
what he did is he then after he landed it, he chucked it into the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
You never get to see the board and the remote control wheels that are on the tail that pushed him the whole way.
It was Photoshop. Haters will say it's Photoshop.
It was a drone. It was like somebody was controlling it.
It was remote control. That's how he got the speed.
No, dude, that was so gnarly.
gnarly.
I don't understand how, like.
And I love the kick away
Oh,
after
it's
you do
good.
boards
Oh, yeah,
after.
no, I
love
like-
because we all know
like
that
it.
feeling when you're over
You're just
it.
done. You don't have to
Yes.
try it anymore. You landed it. But like I get sketched out on my tiny little slides where I look back at the video and I'm like, ooh, I might have slid 8 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh man, I almost killed myself. You know, just like that
Think of
sketchy.
Tori looking at this footage.
That's sketchy. Right. How do you
Yeah.
look at that and be like, that's me
yeah.
tail sliding 80 plus feet?
I bet he. I bet he's just hyped. I bet he's hyped, just like us.
Dude. Hyped like one. That's in his repertoire. I just like, thank you. Good night. Don't even get my board.
Thank you.
Thank you, skateboarding.
Thank you, skateboarding.
Gosh, man, that's so gnarly.
That was an amazing backtail.
It was.
I forgot.
How can you even
Diego
top
was
that?
switch.
It wasn't even downhill. You know what I mean? There's not even any gravity.
Yeah.
It was flat.
Yeah, he was just going like.
How much
ball
wax is
speed.
on that ledge
Oh,
and
it
the
looks
tail?
pretty waxed up.
But
The
still,
thing was black.
you know, even just waxing it, like as much of an advantage is to slide longer, you still have to be able to balance.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's not even like it's
hard
not even
to
like
get
it makes it
into
easier.
tails.
No,
No.
you still got to be able to land it.
He's
got to
get up on it and then ride that
Yeah,
thing.
that's crazy. Maybe it's an Everslick board or something, man.
Dude, I might get one of those. Those sound.
That do look fun.
What am I talking about? I have a brand new board today.
Yeah, what was that? Quasi?
Quasi.
Nice.
That Satan logo. The devil.
The devil.
Isn't real, everyone.
I like the embossing.
Did I say the devil? I mean, God isn't real. That was supposed to be like a outrageous. Man, I fucked that up. How long have we been going? Maybe I'm over my limit.
Yeah,
now.
we're pushing it, but I just want to look back and see if there's anything that
we're
I missed
pushing it
because
really.
we didn't talk for two. Oh, speaking of, look at right as I scroll. Here's that back tail, dude. It was like a 3-foot hop onto. How do you slide that far?
I think somebody
He's
has-
still sliding. Everybody, there he goes.
I think somebody has done into that spot looked familiar into the
Yeah.
into the first grass.
That's so
Over
crazy.
The first one. That angle's sick.
So good. I know. Coming right
so
at you.
I guess
Did you
one
see-
more thing I wanted to bring up. Zion's Jupiter Rising part.
Yes.
8 minutes of fucking gnar.
Yes.
That back 5-0 down that curved rail.
That was the one that's got the cover. That's the cover right there. So good.
This is the mag.
Did you see the thing that I posted? I ran out and I saw you post something about it being so cold because I went out to my concrete quarter pipe.
I meant so cold, like you got that's cold, like cool. You know what I mean?
Cold blooded.
Yeah,
Cold.
yeah. That's
chill.
cold. But it was cold as fuck too.
So did you see the one that I was trying to copy?
yes,
The Donovan Rice. So that's the same guy that I keep seeing him do all these awesome tricks, and I keep wanting to do his stuff. He's the guy that went nose bonk transfer into
he has a weird like.
He's the
kit,
guy-
he has a weird setup. And
a little
then he has,
bit
like,
weird. Not
the
too.
board's a little weird.
More like his tricks are just a little bit more
Yeah, but
interesting. I don't think this kid is
like
too weird.
clothing. Like, doesn't he usually have like leather? Does he wear a lot of leather and spikes?
No, I don't think so. He's the guy that did that sweeper and bounced it off his foot.
Yeah,
Same
I think
guy.
And the nose bonk.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at his account after.
I don't think there's too much leather
Yeah.
going on. But he just does killer tricks. I love it. And like a lot of his edits are just like quick, like grind. So I look at his stuff and I'm like, damn, that guy makes it look so much fun. It's like Lance Mountain as a kid. Like this dude just makes
You
it
get
all look
hyped on
fun. Totally. So I saw him do this sweeper and I'm like, damn, I've never tried that. I got to try it. And so he's like, dude, if you do, send me the footage. So then I'm like, I just ran outside. I was like, I just went and did it.
What's a video? Oh man.
What?
What's a video I just saw the other day? Was it the Huff one? Because it's one you didn't see. But he drops in on a bank, and he has. Oh, I wish I had my board in here. He has his back foot on the back. The board's trucks up.
Okay.
Foot on the truck.
Oh, you sent me a clip. It's at some park. And he
No, it wasn't a part. It was a video that he's like. It was a street spot.
Oh, this is different then, because
Yeah,
you also sent me one with a guy doing that on the coping.
Fuck, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
Did he have his foot under?
Yeah, and it was
then he
almost like a
flipped
late
over?
flip in. You sent me something on Instagram.
All right,
with that.
all right. Well, what are we hitting right now? 55 minutes?
Yeah, we're hitting a limit here.
Hitting my limit. I'm gonna lose my mind.
This guy
soon.
right here.
The last.
Is that what you're talking about?
That's not what I'm talking about. But
Okay,
I
never
forgot
mind.
about that, and that's gnarly.
Yeah, it was like a half flip, dark.
The thing this guy did.
Yeah.
He like on the truck, and he pushed on the truck, and it flipped over.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to show
It might
me.
be the Huff video. All right. We OG Wheels. Fuck it. Let's go bowling. Amazing. That's it. Goodbye, everyone.
That was really good. All right. Well, I was just I was just gonna shout out Donovan Rice one more time because that's pretty fun. Because in my little edit that I put together from last week when Cody came out, I did that trick again. It's a front side sweeper to backside sweeper. But then I also went the other way and went backside or front side to backside.
Backside supers are difficult for me. You wanted to make a point about the OJ Wheels video.
Oh, I did. Okay. Dude, Eric Winkowski. You cannot go wrong.
That team's stacked,
That
by the
team
way.
is so stacked. Kimball. I mean, everything about that crew was so amazing, right? So they're cruising around the Midwest. I follow Eric Winkowski on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm watching all his posts, and he's always at that church near St. Louis, Church of Skating.
Yeah, the barn.
No, not that crazy barn. There's a church, and there's
It's in the video.
just one frame at the credits. Because I've been like watching all this footage, and I've seen that he's been at this place multiple times, and I'm wondering if there's an issue with like maybe showing that place off or something like that because it's a private place. I went down there and I saw there was no phone number. It's not like a place you can just go and skate. Like you got to know somebody to get in there.
I don't
And
know why you wouldn't want to put footage in or whatever.
I don't know. I'm just saying that I know that he's been there, and he keeps on posting about being there, and he's like, I don't know, he makes comments or whatever, but I know the place, and I just kind of figured that place would have been in this video. They had that barn, which is a nutty ass barn, dude.
Nutty.
I'm not exactly sure where that place is, but that is intense.
That one's in.
Was it St. Louis or Kansas City or I don't know? They were in the Midwest somewhere.
Where was it? It was either Kansas City or Nashville, I thought.
He's the perfect guy to ride a barn like that.
Yeah, dude. He's the only person I've ever seen. I mean, you don't see that much footage of that, but he dropped down from the top level underneath the railing that
Dude, it's so
should
gnarly.
like save your life.
Everything he does is so squatted and compact
So
that he can just get
crouched.
in and out of everything. Like I love that guy's skateboarding. I love it. But
That
so I just
team
was
is
like,
stacked.
so I was just expecting to see footage of that church because I've seen stuff on their or either they got a Facebook page or something, but I've seen the inside of it and people skating it. But it's a huge church.
I feel like I've probably seen it.
Yeah.
I had to have seen.
But so that was my comment. It was like, damn, they only showed one tiny little clip after the credits of that church.
Man, I wonder if I missed that too. 'Cause it was like the credits where I'm like, oh, I'm done with this video.
No, dude, there's still more skating.
Where now I'm forgetting that story that I made. Ryan Townley doing the hippie jump. Where is that spot? I forgot what they said. I need to watch the video again. I forgot what town that was.
That's a
but
gnarly
that
bank.
looked fun.
What was the one where they were all sliding on their backs coming down that one thing? I mean, is that the bank you're
That was
talking
the
about?
spot.
Because
That
there was a different
Kimball
place.
doing it.
Yeah, he did the sliding and then reverting out. Everybody seemed to have some fun on that one.
Oh, same spot where they were like, no. Kimball went on his back and then did like the
Yes,
with his feet did like crazy tricks.
That was a cool spot.
Yeah, that spot's fucked up. And I really love
That whole video is good.
Is it Eric Gardner? No. Something Gardner. Eric Gardner, someone else.
I'm not sure. Let's talk about what rhymes with Gardner is Carter. Do you see Carter? Did we talk about this already last week? I think we're back to where we were. On the
I think
page.
we talked about that laser flip. Yeah.
So good.
I always think with him though, like, how does that shit not blow up more? Like he's so good. And then I see like
It
other
takes time.
shit I guess so.
Look how long it took for us to blow up. I mean, come on, we're huge.
That's true. We're huge right now. So McDonald's, send me a box.
Thanks, P-Rod.
Thanst P-Rod.
Thanks, P-Rod, for riling
I will
up,
eat that McRib. I might try McRib. You know what I'm really excited for? KFC. I'm just endorsing every fast food chain. KFC chicken and waffles. That sounds damn good to me.
You're just a sellout.
Not true, because they don't pay me. I'm saying all this shit for free. They can pay me. I'll gladly be called a sellout then.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. You can follow us on at skatosis.com is the main place you can find us at. OldDudeSkateCo.com is also our spot. All our videos are posted up there.
And at episode 300, we will change the name.
Possibly. We'll call it the 300 show.
That's cool.
The 900 show.
That's good. Oh, 900 is kind of cool.
We'll call it.
This is all on air.
Switch Heel. That's the name of the new show.
That's the trendiest shit.
On Instagram, we're at Skatosis Podcast and at Old Dude Skate Co. I am at Drew Domkus.
Monty Twice.
He is at Monty Twice. And those are all the ats we want to give out. But thank you guys very much for hanging in there. Thanks for all the support. Love you guys. And thank you, Old Dude Skater Crew, for the SOTY nomination.
Nice. Spam that shit. I think my mic turned off.
No, it's still
my
there.
headphones.
I know. I heard you.
Spam that shit. My headphones fell off. That's what happened.
Old Dude Skate Co.